Hey guys, today I am going to talk about two things that are very important for this case. One, there was copyright infringement. I believe there was copyright infringement even before the nuke, even before Denons, Frogan, and Caseytron would live stream. Basically, I don't know what they were doing, but essentially sharing the video and not really transforming the video in any fair use. There was instances where people on the Reddit, the H3Snark Reddit, were showing links to something called YouTube, like YouTube, YEW. I've never been on it, but apparently it's a way to live stream. So if you don't want somebody to get the views or the revenue, you can just use that service and they will basically, you can watch the same content that you wanted to watch without supporting the makers of that content. Essentially a way to hate watch, if you will. So if you hate a content creator so much that you don't want to give them any views or any support, you can use the system. Now, this has been well documented. In fact, early in January, I was approached by a H3Snark moderator. This was before it got shut down. And they wanted to have some advice on how to protect themselves from DMCA strike. So this has been going on a longer time than just with Denons and this lawsuit, right? So it isn't one video or two videos. It's not just the Hassan nuke that is in question. It's literally like every video Ethan's ever made, at least since early 2025, has been copyright infringed. And you might ask, okay, well, why didn't he do anything about it? He tried. He had the same lawyer on this case go on Reddit every single time and say, hey, they're stealing this, they're stealing. So Reddit has a submission form, and he would fill out the submission form and send it to Reddit. Reddit did not care at all. So yeah, here you see the H3Snark mod team giving the link to a website. I believe this website will just basically be the same video, but it won't give the person the view. So it's essentially hate watching, right? You don't want to support, and they would post this website a lot. So when you're a content creator and you're trying to get views, which is really important, not only for AdSense, but also for sponsors, right? A sponsor is going to pay more money if they know more people are watching. So they're taking that part, that monetization away from Ethan, and still very interested in watching. These people will watch. You have no doubt that they will watch. Then the question becomes, how do they not monetize or not help Ethan in any way possible? So very fascinating that people would go to this extent, right? It seems like a lot of work to me. Somebody has to put the stream up. Somebody has to do a link all the time. As you can see, yes, they're always posting that link. From the moderators to the just random people in the chat. No one wants to watch using YouTube. No one wants to watch using the streaming service. So back to this initial assessment. Oh, Ethan just kind of suited him out the blue. No, this has been going on from what I can see, at least since I was contacted. There have been copyright in January of 2025. And here you go. We encourage folks to watch on YouTube since it doesn't play ads or contribute to their view counts. Love that. There's no question as to like why they're doing this. They're literally telling you in the comment section and upvoting themselves. So here is Ron, the attorney. He is trying to handle this with Reddit. So the timeline is very important here. When I was contacted by an H3Snark moderator, they were dealing with this. They were dealing with Ron, their attorney, Ethan Klein's attorney, contacting Reddit. Occasionally, Reddit will take down some stuff. Occasionally, they won it. It seemed almost random. And I do think Ethan Klein has an interesting argument. Now, I don't know, again, I don't know the back-end operations of Reddit, so it's hard for me to definitively tell you this, but it looks like other H3Snark, other Snark Reddits are really easy to take down for harassment abuse. Like Adam McNair, he had a very small Snark Reddit of 1,000 people, and in my opinion, they didn't do anything too bad. I mean, supposedly they were going to report him to ICE and so on, and again, he made a big deal about it, right? But and of course, the ICE situation fell right into his demographics and what they think about ICE. But they took that down in like 24 hours or 48 hours after he complained about it. So, and that's a much smaller. That's a much smaller Snark Reddit. So they didn't have that much time, and it's wild, right? It is wild how fast they took Adam McKine's Snark Reddit down, and how even till this day the H3Snark Reddit is still up. Probably in this case it's good. It's been shut down, but you can still use it for legal. You have a lot of really crazy characters as moderators, and they really hate Ethan. I mean, there's no other. I'm not going to speculate why they hate Ethan. There might be a million reasons they hate Ethan, but they really do hate him, and they do hate his family as well. It's been really apparent to me that like they just, when you won't even give somebody a view for content they created, but you can keep posting. I mean, that just seems like so much extra work to hate on somebody, right? Why not just watch the thing? The legal rationale, so this has been number one, this has been going on for a long time with the H3Snark, and I believe they are the main target. So number two, I think this thing is just about H3Snark. Then in Frogan's still has no update today. Like, Frogan's has not been updated since August 5th, and they should have had an update, maybe even like 3 weeks ago. I don't think these cases are as important because let's talk about the impact to their family. H3Snark has had a massive impact to Ethan's family. Denon's, Casey Tron, not really. Frogan, I mean, these are free people, but they're not sending skulls, or they're not calling CPS. Again, maybe they are, but I don't think that they are the main perpetrators. I think it's the H3Snark mods. And at the end of the day, like the history goes back a long time between H3Snark and them. And you look at what they do, look at the time, you look at they're still responding, they still have their own, again, an evolution of their subreddit is still quite active even today. You have to ask yourself, like, if Ethan Klein doesn't step in, will they ever stop? Right? Like, probably not. I mean, Roman P is still going on, and there's a lawsuit with his name on it. He just doesn't seem concerned at all. So, what other avenues do you have? So, if you contact Reddit, so they definitely have tried to contact Reddit. Reddit, for whatever reason, will shut down Adam McKine's Snark subreddit like this. We're talking about like within 48 hours they were shut down from, quote, ICE reporting, right? As an immigration lawyer, I'm very skeptical that Adam didn't report himself and then screenshot it. And he didn't self-report. He just kind of got to the page where it seemed like he was going to submit it to get views and clicks. Adam being Adam, right? At the time, I think he was in the U.S. for a visa to do a comedy show. Well, comedy show, you need as much press as you can get. So why don't you generate some good press some press about you, so then people can go pay you to see your comedy show. Now, on the flip side, I think when you talk about the H3Snark, the fact they're anonymous, the fact they still continue to post, this thing may never end, right? It may never end, but at least you can get, you would show that, hey, what you post on Reddit beyond a certain line. And where's that line? The line might be involving people's families. It might be involving their children. The line will be different for every person, but as a policy overall, you shouldn't involve children in whatever you're doing, right? If that's calling CPS, if that's sending skulls to the... It's just not cool to do, and the children have literally nothing to do with why you dislike this person, because they're not like on the show talking about their political views. They had to sue. There was no other alternative. They went to Reddit, and Reddit said, "Go after yourself." I mean, they hired an attorney, Ron, the same attorney here. He went to Reddit every time there was copyright infringement. He went to Reddit and he reported and reported and reported and reported. And the H3Snark subreddit not only got not shut down, but it got stronger and got more people and got more vicious, I would say. I mean, because there's pushback, right? So they understand that they're being attacked. That's why they emailed me. They knew that they were going to be attacked. So they wanted to attack back. It's one of these things where maybe if I attack you, you will think, you would think a little harder if you want to DMCA strike me again, right? If there is pushback from the community of the H3Snark Reddit. So in reality, I don't think this case has much to do with dead-ends Frogan, because like, what is the has dead-ends impacted even Klein and his family? Maybe a little bit. Has Frogan? Maybe. Has Casey Trott? Maybe. Like very when you compare it to the damage H3Snark has done, it is very minimal indeed, and the length of time. So let me ask you guys. You guys may not have YouTube channels and so on. What if like you had like a coworker or I guess like a distant relative, and somehow they created like a Facebook page or a Reddit thread, and all they did was post bad things about you, nonstop. And then so the first thing you would say is, "Oh, I'm going to go to Reddit and then ask Reddit for help." Okay. Oh, I'm going to hire a lawyer. Maybe that lawyer can ask Reddit for help. Okay, they did that. Well, what other options do you really have other than suing, right? Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Bye, guys.